Oops. Okay. They're big, they're strong, they're gray, they're heavy. When they look at us as puppies, as we see little dogs as puppies, as they are small, we are small, and they are big. They're considered one of the heaviest, empathetic, and strong animals in the animal kingdom on land. Growing up being half Thai and half American, we grew up with the culture of learning about having a spirit animal to guide you, and that gives you representation of kind of the traits that you will have or that you would like to have. Um, with the elephants that I will be talking about today, here's my little example. There are two types, two really popular types. I will be going over the Asian elephant. There's also the African gray elephant, but today I will inform you about the gray elephant. Um, in this, um, a little bit about the gray elephant, Asian elephant. It's a national animal in Thailand. The Asian elephant is a symbolism of strength, intelligence, perseverance, and is deeply rooted into my country, history, and and religion. The information I will share with you today is important because the Asian elephant is often associated with power, inspiration, longevity, perseverance, and I feel that all of those traits make me as a person, and I can definitely relate to those. During my speech, I will discuss the intellectual abilities of elephants, the symbolism linked to elephants, as well as the symbolism linked to elephants in Thailand specifically. So jumping into it, they can identify human voices, not exactly the way that we speak, but kind of the sounds that we make. There was a study shown at University Sussex in Boston. The UK had recorded two tribes, specifically the men. One was the Masasi tribe that hunted and killed wild elephants, and the second tribe was the Kamaba tribe, which did not. Once audio was played from the Masai tribe, the elephants showed really aggressive behavior, a defensive posture, and was ready to basically attack. When it was shown the second tribe of the Kasabi tribe, elephants were pretty calm, nothing whatsoever would happen. But there was another research and study that when shown the audio from the women and children from both tribes, there was no link to violence or anything that the elephants were showing. So I thought that was pretty cool. They can also use tools. So some tools that they use are sticks, branches, rocks. For an example, they use these big trunks of theirs to grab the stick, kind of like our hand, and swat flies and bugs and stuff. Some even get big branches to hit other elephants to kind of discipline. I thought that was very funny. Also, elephants will use little rocks and stack them up on each other to step on to get their food if it's not reachable. One thing that I read was that elephants will go to a tree, specifically one that holds a lot of water. They would dig in it, drinking the water, and they will also plug it up with chewed bark that they form into a ball, plugging it kind of like a wine bottle for them to come back over and drink out of it. They also show empathy to one another. It's shown that Asian elephants console their peers with grief or sadness by lightly touching them or making soft vocal noises. And I found this information on this Thai website that had a lot of information about elephants and kind of the characteristics and abilities that they have. Now that I discussed the intellectual abilities of elephants, I will now describe the symbolism behind elephants, Asian elephants specifically. Throughout centuries, history and mythology, the strength of the elephant has always been legendary. Even today, those animals are associated with power. The strength makes the elephant an ideal spirit for someone who is seeking to regain control of their lives. As a spirit animal, the elephant helps you to gain confidence, learn how to speak your mind, and share your opinions without fear or shame from others. It strengthens your personality, and bringing it into your life gives you more courage and determination. The Asian elephant teaches you to recognize your own tricks that you have in the best possible way. It's helped you to recognize and to control your own abilities. With this spirit animal by your side, you will be more confident, secure, and more serene. And one site I used for this was they used a mixture of humans and elephants, and they took both spiritual and physical capabilities of both. Now that you know the symbolism of elephants, I will now inform you about the close relationship of Asian elephants, specifically in my country, Thailand. So, with Thailand, when we had wars, elephants were used in the same way as horses were used as cavalry in other parts of the world. Elephants were historically been a major part of Thailand's war effort. In Southeast Asia, it is tradition that a king or a general sits on top of their giant trunk, either holding a staff or a spear to show power and dominance. And elephants in Thai tourism today, with the efforts of elephants keeping them into their natural environment. Today's ecotourism offers a sustainable and domestic elephants in Thailand. Some people think that it is very cruel to have these animals basically working in a way, these sanctuaries. But the ecotourism industry focused on treating these animals with the environment and the respect that they reserve. And I read this on a article about the living conditions in Thailand, specifically for these Asian elephants. So to wrap it up, the discovery emphasizes the importance of understanding the elephants' feelings that I was talking about today. They're very intelligent. They're also capable of forming close relationships with humans. That being said, to let me end by saying ultimately the elephant is a strong spirit animal that will bring you strength, wisdom, stability, and love. It's the presence of your life that means the person of power is capable of changing and competing with any challenge that comes their way. They're also considered gentle giants, so and they're loving towards each other. So there's a balance between strength and greatness, and that's what makes elephants such a valuable and amazing spirit guide. Thank you. Okay. Bye, guys.